Hey, what's up? Today we're going to talk about breakfast and lunch, and specifically how to break those meals up into thirds on a plate for visualizing them for your nutrition. So you've probably heard me say as an average baseline recommendation to break a plate up into thirds of a pie, right? So that you have a third of the plate protein, a third of the plate carbs and starch, and a third of the plate some kind of colorful vegetable. That's going to help you get a much more balanced diet just over the course of a day and then a week and then a month. Is that the most complicated system in the world? No. Is it the most optimal system in the world? No. There's other things involved there. A lot of my clients, I don't even tell them the third recommendation necessarily, because they're usually opting for more extreme weight loss and more serious results. They need to do a little bit more than that. So I usually don't just, float that around as the catch-all kill-all recommendation. But on a base level, as just an average, eating healthy type of person, if you can get 30% of your plate to be starches and carbs instead of like 60, 70, 80%, that's a huge win, because people, when they have massive bowls of pasta and things like that, are just not doing themselves any service most of the time. So as we look at how to break that up into thirds for breakfast and lunch, and even, to be honest, dinner, just the whole principle of thirds. If you picture like an assembled burger or a salad or an omelet or something like that, well, how do you break that up into thirds? You really don't. So you have to disassemble it in your mind and put all those ingredients on a plate and say, okay, well, the bun of the burger is probably a third of my plate, and then the burger of the burger is a third of my plate, and then the hopefully the tomato and lettuce and stuff like that is something, right? And now that's like a very kind of layman example, because we know that burgers are not the most healthy, balanced thing that we could be eating. But it's just a helpful tool in the mind to think like, okay, well, if I'm already getting the bun, I probably don't need all these fries. And if I'm getting a big burger, if it's a crappy, cheap, like McDonald's burger, it's probably nothing. But if it's a decent quality meat burger, maybe even you made it at home, that's a lot better, right? Which would be akin to like a ground beef of some kind. And then we just have to figure out how to come up with the vegetable, and we consider the bun to be the bun, and then the carbs. And then the vegetable, we would probably want to opt for like a side of broccoli or Brussels sprouts or green beans or something decent other than French fries. And again, once in a while, if you want to have French fries or something like that, you do. You just need to control the portions and be intelligent about the rest of the time. And it all depends on how much change you want to see and how fast. Like, how committed are you? Because if you want to cheat and eat out often, you can. I mean, even my paying clients get to, go out to eat once, twice a week, sometimes even more. It just depends on your lifestyle, your goals, how far you are from those goals, your unique challenges, autoimmune conditions, medical issues, budget. There's so many factors and variables, which is why you need a coach. But generally speaking, if you're just looking to be healthier on average, if you can break a plate into thirds, or if you can get like a burger, an omelet, or whatever, and then pretend breaking that up into thirds, then you're golden. The last thing I'll say on this is the carb part is the only part that's not necessary. The necessary part is the protein and the vegetable. This part over here, this carb starchy part, not as necessary. You can technically have a half and a half plate with just protein and veg, or even a three-quarter and a quarter plate with protein and veg, or veg and protein. But the premise is to limit your carbohydrates. The reason the third thing makes sense is because it's one device that helps to naturally inhibit the amount of carbs we're eating. That's really the only purpose it serves. That, and to kind of make sure that you get something colorful in your diet. But by default, if you're eating less carbs, you're getting more colorful stuff in your diet because you're going for vegetables and other stuff. So that's kind of the school of thought there. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, regardless.